Stat heads, yeah, I got beef with y'all. Gogurt Tim Sage, he's an elite finisher around this. Oh my God, that was you. So, play the vid, man. Let's talk about this. Play it.
In an era with more shooting than ever, where teams play lineups without any big men, the Minnesota Timberwolves have built their team around 2 centers. They traded 5 players and a treasure chest of picks for the sartorial Rudy Gobert, a defensive specialist, to pair with Karl Anthony Towns, an offensive specialist. And after winning 46 games last year, the Wolves have been about a 5.
Cleveland!
This is actually, look at me, this is actually crazy.
Cleveland! This was for you! Yo, come on, man.
When I saw a play-in tournament on the bottom right, bro, I was like, yo, this is crazy.
Winning a playing game and screaming anything is possible is absurd behavior. This is crazy.
But look at how happy the fans are, though. Yeah! Let's go!
Let's fucking go!
Team this season with just an average defense. That might surprise you because Minnesota had a slightly above average defense last year before Gobert, and Rudy almost single-handedly turned Utah into a top 5 defensive unit every season.
That's a nasty
So
God
why hasn't that happened in Minnesota? We've discussed the playoff limitations of Gobert's style in the last few years on this channel, where switch hunting and tons of three-point shooting can limit Rudy's rim-protecting value. But that actually hasn't been the problem. When Gobert defends the pick and roll, the Wolves have a mind-boggling 85 defensive rating this year, his lowest since 2015. They've been even better when he's in his preferred drop coverage, sagging back into the paint like this, so this part of the experiment has translated well. Gobert typically guards a non-shooter, so he can stay close to the hoop, while Towns takes the biggest remaining player, and they switch this one to keep Rudy closer to the basket. Towns can defend a non-threat out there, so the play just fizzles into a side pick and roll where Gobert is at his best, walling off the paint, and that ends up in a low percentage shot.
Hey, so I wonder what they'll do in the playoffs. I'm not a Rudy Gobert hater. I might be. I don't know, bro. He ain't do nothing to me. He just licked some mics. But it's just like he's saying what's going to happen right now. When y'all were telling me in Utah, I'm like, bro, you can tell bro to get in the corner and see what happens. Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Common today for a third offensive player to be part of the pick and roll, and the Wolves will switch perimeter defenders while keeping Gobert dropped back. And Jaden McDaniels does a good job of pushing the shooter inside the three-point line for a mediocre long 2. McDaniels has been excellent as a point-of-attack defender this season, navigating screens well and using his length to bother shooters. And that screen navigation is key with Gobert. Because Rudy's sagged back, McDaniels needs to stay connected to the shooters so they can't walk into their shooting pocket for a pull-up 3, and then he uses the length to disrupt it from behind. This one's against a bigger, stronger LeBron James, and he's glued to him around the pick, then stays with a few bumps to contest it well at the rim. So McDaniels is already a really good on-ball defender. Check out the slide toward the ball, then the closeout to the shooter, and he swivels his hips like a top to stay with the Ja Morant drive, and that is insane. Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards also has the physical tools to pressure the point of attack like this and make it around screens, although he's inconsistent in this area. Stuck on this one a little, and that makes...
Hey, what you doing? Hey, what's going on? What the hell we click on? Hey, what the hell? Hey, nah, man, we supposed to be roasting the French dip. What the hell? What?
I don't know. Rudy Gobert's look good so far. I'm waiting for the butt, Sage. I'm not gonna lie. But
bro, the butt is obvious. But tell bro, get in the corner. GG's. I've been knowing this about the French dip. I've been knowing this.
To pull up three-point shooters. Remember, last year with Towns at center, Minnesota did not play a drop. instead bringing Cat to the level of the screen to momentarily double and contain the ball. That meant the other 3 defenders had to scramble behind him and coordinate their rotations until he recovered back into the play. This year, it's the old scheme when Gobert's on the bench, with Towns coming out high to meet the ball, then defenders rotating while he recovers back into position. But with Gobert off the court, that defensive scheme has been a touch weaker this season with a newcomer like Kyle Anderson, aptly nicknamed Slow Mo.
He's just my damn, yo.
Yo, he looking like me out there. Look at how slow he runs to the corner. Oh fuck.
So don't say that. You got quicker reaction time than this. And I know, NBA athlete, bro, hold on, man. I'm reacting quicker than this. What was he thinking? Just this play, bro. I swear to God.
Yo, look at this shit.
Anderson, aptly nicknamed Slow Mo, compared to the rangy Jared Vanderbilt, who was a perfect partner reading rotations behind the play after Towns jumped the ball. Some of this is also just Cat struggling with his focus at times. He realizes his man isn't setting a screen, so he follows him into the corner, but stops looking at the play for a while and misses his rotation.
Yeah, you think about that twist.
And these
too much,
scrambling rotations are trickier with 2 centers out there. So Towns jumps out on the ball handler, Gobert rotates out to his man, and they do a pretty good job of recovering on this one. But with less speed on the floor, errors compound. McDaniels has a brief lapse ball watching, and it's not like Gobert is looking to sprint out to make that next rotation to a shooter. Take a play like this one, where D'Angelo Russell gets stuck on a screen or moving screen or whatever that is. Gobert switches onto a wing, so Chris Paul says to bring Rudy back into the pick and roll again, and now Gobert's in his drop trying to keep the ball and his man in front of him. Russell's pushing Paul downhill and recovering, but he just stops and forgets about Paul, and it's hard for Towns to slide over and help because he's not that agile. You might think these big men struggle switching onto smaller, quicker players, but they've actually been just fine in that department. Cat hangs with Devin Booker until Gobert comes over to alter the shot.
Yeah.
The bigger issue they have in these spots is they can't play the same coverages. Cat switches more when Gobert is behind him, and this is a nice play that exposes Gobert staying in the paint. On this one...
Did they win that game, though?
What you asked that for, man?
No, I'm just saying, like, they couldn't run that play the whole game, like...
Eat a dick. How about that? Eat a dick. And hey, man, is this video essentially like what y'all were saying in Utah, where everybody else is just that shit? Rudy Gobert is just gonna get caught lagging because everybody else is that shit. Because I ain't gonna lie, that'd be the best argument possible. Motherfuckers do got D-Lo, Cat. I do like McDaniels and Ant out there. I ain't gonna lie, you ain't getting that. But they do got D-Lo and Cat out there. Both improved. Still ain't that good. And they light skin. We on guard niggas.
It looks like Cat is more the problem, to be honest with you. I don't know. I think like within the front court, Cat is more the problem than Gobert defensively.
Yeah, if I gotta stop hating and trolling Gobert for 5 seconds, the reason why I said the T-Wolves wouldn't work is because Cat and Gobert won't work. It's not just Rudy. Like all bits aside, chat. I think those two won't work with Ant, and I think Ant is your franchise. So I just knew this shit was chopped. That's the real take. But I'm just here to smoke the French dip because title. I don't know.
The first screen, then they put both centers in the pick and roll, and Rudy can't really sag way off because it's hard for Cat to chase a guard around a screen. Yeah. So he lingers up top, and they'll probably live with a long 3 there. All these different coverages can lead to miscommunications. This should just be a guard-to-guard switch, but Bryn Forbes gets his wires crossed, so Gobert has to slide down, and then make an impossible rotation to the corner just to avoid the 3, but that opens up a drive with no shot blocker in the paint. This happened multiple times in an early season game against Utah, where again, Anthony Edwards should be switching this. Maybe he thinks the big man is going to hedge out toward the ball, but that's not Gobert's coverage. And it's just a brain cramp from Ant and a huge three in the corner.
Damn.
This is part of Edwards' inconsistency on...
Yo, Cat is getting exposed. Fuck.
Damn. Even when he talking about Ant, I'm looking at the clip like, yo, Cat, damn.
This is what I'm talking about, though. I don't want to make this video about Giannis, but like that whole skill argument, athleticism can make up for a lot of skill. And what we're seeing right here is like Cat has more skills than Giannis, but because of that athletic gap, you can see he's getting fucking exposed defensively, bro. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy.
Oh, shit. I disagree with what you said. I thought you was going to say that this shit that we're looking right here is a skill. Like, is this not clearly a skill? That maybe it's lack of focus, which at that point, all right, y'all are millionaires that ain't serious, and that's just new. So, unless you're going to tell me there's unserious millionaires out there, which most of them are pretty fucking serious, I think it comes down to, yo, this shit is a skill.
No, I mean, I agree with you, too, because of the fact that, like, athleticism is something that you can continuously work on, right? Like with any skill, you can work on being more athletic, having faster reflexes, et cetera, et cetera. So, even, like, I agree with you, ultimately speaking. Like, with Giannis, a lot of the things that he does athletically on the defensive and offensive end, it isn't just like God-given, you know what I'm saying? Like he worked on being that quick, that agile and stuff like that. He didn't come into the league like that. So ultimately, I agree though.
End of the floor, where he can have really strong possessions like this, chasing his man or guarding the point of attack around screens, but then have lapses in awareness that are crucial. If Towns is out high on the other side of the screen, Ant cannot let Drew Holiday cross back left because there's no one there to meet him, and that just turns into a total defensive disaster.
Hey, you see slow-mo? You see slow-mo again, bro? Left that corner wide open, man. Now that's tough though, because it looks like the problem is that like when Gobert is not on the court, they have to rely on slow-mo to be the rim protector. Oh my God. Like that's tough. That's tough.
Meet him, and that just turns into a total defensive disaster. And this happens a little too much for my liking. There's no reason at all to angle his body like this with Towns in his usual coverage, unless Edwards forgot the coverage or there was a major miscommunication between them, and those errors often lead to layups.
D'Lo could have showed that a
These
little bit.
communication issues are compounded in transition. Gobert is calling out players and says, someone pick up the wing, but neither Cat nor McDaniels get the memo, and it's a wide open three. And you can see Cat's frustration here. Again, this could just be both him and Gobert being accustomed to sprinting to the paint like centers. It's a similar story here. This is off a make, and Gobert and big man Naz Reid are in the paint. Two guards pick up Giannis, and Rudy thinks, I'm the backstop here. But Naz apparently thinks that Rudy's going to chase this cutting big man out to the three-point line. Oof.
That's
the Wolves
tough.
have actually held up okay in transition statistically, but another component of these double big lineups is their speed, or lack thereof. Russell is a slow-footed guard, and you can see on a play like this with him, Gobert, and Towns all out there, how Utah is just faster down the floor, leading to easy offense.
Utah is
when
faster
the Wolves
down the
swap
floor.
out Russell or either of their starting big men, they're actually quite quick to jump the ball and then scramble behind the play in unison. Here's their pick and roll coverage with Towns. He hedges out to the ball, is a touch slow turning and recovering, so Taurean Prince hangs out in the paint for way too long while Cat gets back, and no one ever rotates to the corner.
This is sad.
Ugh. Compare that to Naz Reid in the same coverage, and notice he's already starting to recover after he feels the ball is contained and McDaniels has recovered. So now the backside helper is itching to rotate, and he flies to the corner on the pass and completely resets the play. The Wolves actually give up the most wide open threes per game right now, per second spectrum, and they're also near the bottom of the league in defensive rebounding percentage, both symptoms of rotational breakdowns upstream in a possession. But even with all that said, they're still in the 80th percentile in defensive rating with Gobert on the court. And they can shore up some of these communication issues with experience. Their bigger issue is probably the fit with Towns, because he and Rudy are both one-way centers. Someone like Jared Vanderbilt.
Rudy's not the problem, Sage. It's Kitty Cat Towns. No cap.
Don't bail him out, bro. Stop. There's a reason why Donovan ain't like playing with bro. There's a reason why bro only went so far. And there's a reason why niggas like Terrence Mann did him dirty. Mind you, I hate the flippers. He has weaknesses, bro. And if the weakness that Rudy Gobert has is the fact that he is limited to the idea of, hey, let me stick to a non-shooter and protect the paint. The problem is, unless you are going to surround him with elite defenders across the board, which truthfully is kind of unrealistic, let's be honest. What's going to inevitably happen is you have this elite rim protector who is literally scrambling to close out on shooters, scrambling to guard the pick and roll, while also having to guard the rim. That's a lot of responsibility on the dude. At that point, you're asking the dude to do a lot of shit. So even in a non-toxic way, it won't work. It won't work. That's why it didn't work in Utah. And then offensively, I don't know why I ain't talking about offensively.
But defensively, that's a lot of championship teams, though. Like, they have a rim protector that's not, like, the most agile fucking player out there. You're talking about Robert Williams, Kevon Looney last year for the Warriors, DeAndre Ayton. Like, these guys aren't, like, crazy fast like that. Like, they suffer through the same weaknesses that Rudy Gobert has. So, I mean, I just don't see that. Truly, the reason why, like, those teams work, even though their center is like that, is because the other guys are versatile defensively and are quick on their feet. Like, you look at the four for the Phoenix Suns, who is it? Mikal Bridges, Draymond Green, Jason Tatum. They can make up for that in speed, but with the Timberwolves, what we're seeing in this video is Cat is just too fucking slow. So to me, Cat's the problem, bruh. Trade that motherfucking Cat, man. Get you a four, like a three that can play the four type shit, man. Get you a Mikal Bridges. Get you Andrew Wiggins back. No Cat. Get you Andrew Wiggins back, bruh. Get you Andrew Wiggins back.
Nah, man, nah. You're not gonna gaslight me. No. Like I originally said earlier in the video, both of them the goddamn problem. But I'm saying in regards to it ain't Rudy at all. The three centers you just named, I think right there kind of proved my point. I disagree with you entirely. Those are three quicker, faster, more athletic bigs. They're able to hold their own on the wing if they ever get in an isolation situation, in my opinion, a bit better. I think they're definitely quicker players and they're able to close out more, and they're just more athletic. And I've been talking about that shit with the Jazz. I'm keep talking about the Jazz because Rudy Gobert. I've been talking about that shit with the Jazz for years. These slow old men, these Bambi-footed players will get cooked come playoff time. I keep saying it. Niggas don't listen. And then playoff time, a random no-name motherfucker that just got a lot of heart and run packs him up. Unless your name's Russell Westbrook. That shit's sad. But everybody else, get them the fuck up on out of here, bro. I'm not saying Rudy Gobert is a bigger blame than Cat. If I have to stop trolling, Cat fucking shit on defense.
Thank you, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro. Thank you.
Cat's a fucking shit on defense. But what hasn't been talked about in this video, and that I think is a true problem, is when you put Cat and Gobert together, you give up the assets that you gave to get Gobert. Gobert has to be the problem because at the end of the day, one, offensively, he doesn't mesh well with AE. AE literally publicly wants shooters and smaller players and quicker players. But two, and more importantly, you gave up all of that for this. You gave up all of that for this. So seriously, this ain't slander. Jared Vanderbilt would probably produce the same impact for this team at this point. Because at least with Cat, it's like, all right, he's slow-footed and shit, but at least he can stay in the fucking paint. Jared Vanderbilt actually can run all over the goddamn place and do something. If they had D'Lo, AE, McDaniels, Vanderbilt, and Cat, at least those are four switchable forwards, as you were mentioning, and slow-mo's in the goddamn paint. He ain't got to move. So, shit.
I'm being honest, bro. I think the Jazz would straight up be better if in the Rudy Gobert trade, they just traded Cat. Like, their front court was Jared Vanderbilt and Rudy Gobert. Let Anthony Edwards carry the offense. Hey, let's talk about it. If they just traded Cat, they still got Gobert. Jared Vanderbilt is their four. Anthony Edwards has more of an offensive load to carry, but he has more room to operate, and he actually has the keys to the fucking franchise. I think they're better.
That's fair. I'm going to disagree, but that's fair. I want you to understand how fair that is. That's actually a fair take. But this is the first video me and Sos actually been going back and forth for a minute. But I'll say this, bro. If D-Mitch couldn't make it work, and it's going to make me sound so casual, but if D-Mitch couldn't make it work, I'm not slighting A. A's my top 5 favorite player at this point. There ain't no way in hell. There ain't no way in hell A gonna make it work with Gobert if D-Mitch gonna make it work with Gobert. No way. D-Mitch is a better shooter, arguably a better creator in general. I think he's a better player in general. Like that, there ain't no way. So I think at the end of the day, that's a been there, tried that thing.
Yeah, no, that's fair too. That's definitely fair. But I'm just talking about, like, if they would be better in that scenario as opposed to what they are right now, I think they'd be better in that scenario. Now, is that something that's going to ultimately cap them off in the championship race? Then, yeah, probably. But I don't know. I think Rudy Gobert can't be a part of a championship team because I just feel like some motherfuckers talk about Rudy Gobert like he can't be. But it's the fact that, okay, if Anthony Edwards and let's say another wing was on the team that was good defensively, was on the team with Anthony Edwards and Rudy Gobert and all the cast that they have, I think that could fucking work, to be honest with you. And same thing with Donovan Mitchell. But it's the fact that they, like, Rudy Gobert is the second best, like, most impactful player. That's the problem. You can win a championship with Gobert, though. Easy.
It's easy. Whoa.
Easy.
Easy. Whoa. But hey, shit, Bam got a better shot. Bam got better. It's easier to win with Bam. At least Bam could guard a guard. The fuck?
Shit was not easy last year. Let me tell you that much. Bro's getting cooked.
This is crazy.
Bro's getting cooked.
This is crazy. Yo, if okay, I feel like I would truly like Rudy Gobert more. And this is the most headcanon take of this video. I don't think players are like, I don't think they afraid of Gobert like other defenders. And maybe that's weak sauce, but I think it's true. I think players are willing to test Rudy Gobert a lot more than other centers. Other good defensive centers, not fucking like Davis Bertans. But like other great, like I feel like they're willing to test Gobert over a Joel Embiid. Gobert over Miles Turner even. Like I don't know why. I don't know why. I could be dead wrong. I ain't a fucking player. But I get the vibe that they're willing to test you. And if players are willing to test you, man, we've seen extreme levels of Ben Simmons. That's not good. That's not good. There's not good.
He protected Cat's weaknesses more than Gobert does, and Cat's offensive strengths don't really optimize Rudy on that end. So, yes, Minnesota can improve, but I think for this group to really level up, they'll probably need a schematic adjustment like last year's Celtics. They were able to keep Rob Williams closer to the hoop, but in this case, Cat doesn't have Al Horford's versatility on the outside. On the offensive end, Russell has also been in a shooting slump, so there's reason to believe they can improve there too. Either way, Minnesota's big bet here is that Gobert gives them an elite defense or keeps their defense afloat around offensive talent like Cat and Russell. But a month into the season, neither of those outcomes has really panned out.
I say this though to give you I guess as a compromise for this whole video and the misos in the middle. If I made this video, I wouldn't end it the way the video was. I would end the video with Trey Cat. The way that if I have to agree with what his ideology is, yeah, the answer is clearly Trey Cat. What the fuck are you talking about? Change schematic? No, Trey Cat. That's the solution right there. You got an elite defense right there. If I have to think that way, I just don't think that way, or I don't fully think that way. I agree with a lot of what he said.
Listen, man, shout out to Thinking Basketball for the video. Great video, great analysis. One of the best in the game, no cap. Could not do it. Thinking Basketball for real.
Could not do it. It's crazy.
But we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.
Peace.